Thanks for tuning in to this week's news recap. First headline: Tesla stops accepting Bitcoin. Price drops. On Wednesday, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said that Tesla had suspended the purchase of vehicles with Bitcoin, citing concern over, quote, the rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions. The announcement immediately sent the price of Bitcoin plunging. Because, so much of the Bitcoin transaction activity was people sending their BTCs for Teslas. The price hit a monthly low of $46,000 before bumping back up to around $50,000. It was not all bad news, however. Tesla will continue holding BTC, hinting that Bitcoin vehicle purchases could come back if mining transitions to a more sustainable energy source. Musk ended his announcement with a tease, writing, quote, we are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy per transaction. If that is the case, Tesla could be looking into cryptos running on blockchains that use proof-of-stake consensus algorithms rather than Bitcoin's proof-of-work, which is dependent on computing power and therefore energy to secure the network. Solana, itself a proof-of-stake blockchain, has already shot its shot on Twitter, replying to Musk with a waving emoji and the words, DMs are open. Binance reportedly under investigation by DOJ and IRS. According to Bloomberg, the world's largest crypto exchange, Binance, is reportedly under investigation by the U.S. Department of Justice and the Internal Revenue Service. Bloomberg reports that officials from the DOJ and IRS have, quote, sought information from individuals with insight into Binance's business. U.S. investigations are not new for Binance, as the exchange faced an inquiry from the CFTC earlier this year. In response to the news, CEO Changpeng Zhao tweeted, so much FUD today. It's a pain for some, an opportunity for others. Next headline: Vitalik donates to charity thanks to meme coins. The Dogecoin knockoff Shiba Inu, which is named after the dog from the Dogecoin memes, went on quite the moonshot, making token holders incredible amounts of money. Igor Yambardiev, a researcher at the block, reported that one person took an investment of 37.65 ETH and turned it into a whopping $2.5 billion, at one point at least. Earlier this week, the self-proclaimed Dogecoin killer had a market cap of over $10 billion, which briefly made it a top 20 token. A total of 1 quadrillion SHIB have been minted, with half, over 500 trillion coins, going to a public address of Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin in a supposed burn. The other half of the coins were sent to a Uniswap liquidity pool and can be bought and sold on multiple exchanges, including Binance. However, on Wednesday, Vitalik decided to take an active role in SHIB and 2 other meme coins, Akita and Elon, by selling the tokens instead of acting as a passive burn account. The co-founder of Ethereum netted 15,719 ETH, worth about $63 million, in his sale of 660 billion SHIB, 140 billion Akita, and 43 billion Elon. Buterin immediately sent the proceeds from his meme sale to charities, including GiveWell, the Methuselah Foundation, a COVID relief fund for India, Gitcoin, and Charter Cities. Larry Cermak, director of research at the block, speculated that Vitalik's token dump stemmed from the tokens clogging up Ethereum, which consistently caused gas fees to go over $400. He also mused that investors would be, quote, rugged regardless later. Don't get me wrong, and by much worse intended people. But still, wouldn't be surprised if this leads to lawsuits. It was a busy week for Vitalik. In between his charitable activities, he posted on Uniswap's governance forum, proposing that Uniswap's Uni token should become a price oracle in the same vein as a Chainlink, but simpler, with a strict focus on price rather than data feeds. A Uni price oracle would specialize in wrapping real-world numbers into smart contracts on Ethereum. Buterin also saw Ethereum reach a $500 billion market cap, overtaking JP Morgan and Visa in market capitalization, with the Ether breaking $4,300 for the first time. For context, when BTC hit a $500 trillion market cap in December of 2020, it only took roughly 2 months to break $1 trillion in February 2021. Next headline. A crypto company ETF is live on the New York Stock Exchange. This week, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission released a staff statement that described BTC as, quote, a highly speculative investment, which is a tough turn of events for those waiting for the vaunted Bitcoin ETF to be approved. The timing of the SEC's note was especially inopportune for Cboe and VanEck, which both made headlines this week in the crypto ETF space. Cboe, a traditional exchange, acknowledged its support for Fidelity's Wise Origin Bitcoin ETF application. Without an exchange like Cboe coming on board to support the ETF, the SEC would not consider the Wise Origin application. VanEck, an asset management firm, filed a proposal for an Ethereum ETF with the SEC. VanEck already applied for a Bitcoin ETF and is awaiting the SEC's answer, which should come as early as June 17th. In the meantime, a crypto company ETF run by Bitwise will launch on the New York Stock Exchange, ticker symbol BITQ. The ETF will track a list of 30 public companies with significant exposure to crypto, such as Coinbase, MicroStrategy, and Tesla. As of now, there are 10 crypto ETF proposals on the SEC's docket. This week in crypto adoption, Switzerland's largest investment bank, UBS, is reportedly planning to offer wealthy clients exposure to cryptocurrencies, though the details are unclear. UBS would follow in the footsteps of Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and Bank of New York Mellon as a high-profile banking institution granting clients access to crypto. MoneyGram, a cross-border payments company, announced a partnership with ATM provider CoinMe to allow U.S. customers to withdraw cryptocurrency holdings in cash, with plans to expand internationally in 2021. The company plans to offer Bitcoin at 20,000 outlets by the end of the year. After hinting at the idea last week, eBay announced that it is now permitting the sale of NFTs on its platform. Users will be able to bid on NFTs just like any physical item on the website. Palantir Technologies, headed by PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel, is now accepting Bitcoin as payment. Additionally, the prospect of putting BTC on its balance sheet is, quote, definitely on the table, according to CFO Dave Glazer in a Tuesday earnings call. The block reports that Point72, a hedge fund founded by billionaire Stephen Cohen, is set to, quote, get big in crypto, which could mean a sizable investment in digital assets since Point72 managed as much as $22 billion as of April 1st. Cohen, a 103-year-old investment bank, is partnering with digital infrastructure firm PolySign to provide crypto custody services for institutional clients. According to a tweet from CEO Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy has purchased another $15 million in BTC at the average price of roughly $55K. Next headline. Facebook-backed Diem is coming to the U.S. On Wednesday, the Diem Association, formerly known as Facebook's Libra project, announced the withdrawal of its application for a Swiss payments license. The association, made up of 26 financial firms and nonprofits, will be relocating to the U.S. Diem says it will register with FinCEN and partner with Silvergate Bank in order to issue its long-awaited stablecoin. Silvergate will both issue and manage Diem USD, which will be a dollar-backed stablecoin. Diem has had an arduous journey so far, including two significant hurdles. First, rebranding from Libra, which was supposed to be a universal currency tied to a basket of major currencies and debt. And two, losing Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal as members, along with several high-level execs. In other stablecoin news, Tether, for the first time since 2014, revealed the breakdown of its reserves as part of its settlement with the New York Attorney General's office 3 months ago, which requires an ongoing publication of the assets backing USDT. As of March 31st, 2021, USDT is backed by 76% cash and cash equivalents, with the final 24% filled by secured loans at 12.55%, corporate bonds, funds, and precious metals at 9.96%, and other investments, including digital tokens, at 1.96%. When Tether initially launched, USDT claimed to be backed 1-to-1 with US dollars. In 2019, the company changed the wording on USDT to being backed 100% by Tether's reserves, which, it seems, is still company policy today. The current market cap of USDT is over $50 billion. Next headline. $30+ million lost over 2 DeFi hacks. DeFi protocol XToken suffered an exploit on Wednesday to an attacker using flash loans. The hacker got away with roughly $24.5 million worth of crypto, including $8 million in SNX and $6 million in BNT. Riri Capital, a DeFi project, lost 2,600 ETH over the weekend, which is approximately $11 million. CEO Jai Bhavani announced that 2 million of the project's native token, RGT, will be used to reimburse users who lost money in the hack instead of being used to scale the Riri Capital team. Time for fun bits. This is the Bitcoin car. At this year's Indianapolis 500, racing fans, a national TV audience, and hodlers alike will have the chance to root on car number 21, the Bitcoin car, driven by Ed Carpenter. Carpenter, in partnership with Strike CEO Jack Mellers, is forfeiting all sponsors this year. According to Mellers, Carpenter is racing, quote, for Bitcoin awareness and Bitcoin open source development. In a blog post, Mellers made it quite clear that the sponsorship is not for, quote, the Strike car, the Coinbase car, the Kraken car, etc. Why not? Because fuck that. Nobody wants to cheer for that. This is the Bitcoin car. The car, along with the team uniforms, is bedecked with orange BTC logos atop a black paint job. You have to see it to believe it. Editor's note, this is a lost opportunity to name this the Bitcoin Mobile. All right, thanks for tuning in. To learn more about Jeff and Orca, be sure to check out the links in the show notes. Heads up, everyone, if you're not already subscribed to my newsletter, you'll want to do so now. Next week, I'm switching from a weekly news recap to a daily blog in order to keep up with the crazy pace of crypto news. Each morning, you'll get 4 to 5 quick headlines, a crypto meme or two, and a few recommended reads. And in the newsletter, I'll soon be making an announcement about my book, which you definitely don't want to miss. Head to unchainedpodcast.com, and the sign up for the email newsletter is right on the homepage. You can also find the link in my Twitter bio. Unconfirmed is produced by me, Laura Shin, with help from Anthony Yoon, Mark Murdoch, and Daniel Nuss. Thanks for listening.